Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. It's a spatial report. That is a new moon at Scorpio, full moon at Gemini. Talking about 14 days report. Yeah. Before I get started with this, please don't fight the universe. Don't fight things that doesn't work. That's what this new moon in general will be. Usually, when those three talking about intuition, authority, and warrior comes together at Scorpio, particularly, in there, you don't never know what's gonna come out. And talking about this is a the sign of the underworld, the sign of the shadow, the sign of the secret, but also that is a the house of the cop that's been sent into underground undercover. That is a the investigator that nobody knows he investigating. That is the things that is also connecting in the spiritual realms with the unknown. And you never know what's gonna come out through this period. It is very hard to predict for the general public what this is gonna come out. The only thing that I can tell you up here, it is about this oppositions with Uranus that is at Taurus. Basically, that's what's gonna be the face off. That's gonna be this facing off situations in there. We're talking about intuition and authority facing off. What it's not benefit the earth, the universe, to save the earth. What it's not benefits the earthly matters. It's going to be a triggering, specifically when the moon goes into a first quarter moon. She is going to be traveling to Aquarius. That is going to be the first time you're going to be open 1/4 of that lessons, 1/4 of these situations, that is. And usually to that timings, usually this is the time when you cannot handle the pressures in there. But over the time, with the whole process of this next 14 days, okay, I'm talking about beginning of November 13th till November 17th, and a little bit more of 18th. There's going to be this period of time that we are going to be going on through these situations. Please take some time inside of you. Look at it. What are you hiding? What is your secretivity is, and what are you secretly you investigating that it's nobody knows nothing about it. Something with the self discovery. During this period, it is the best time you to self discover yourself. You to step up to places that you never step up from within you, stepping up into the unknown, facing your own shadow, facing your own fears. And this is the time where you grow. You can go ahead and do your inner work in there. Talking about the intuitions and the authority there within the Scorpio, that could be probably a things that and events that gonna be happen that you're gonna find things that you did not know before. But what are you gonna do with the things after you find them out that you know, and how they're gonna be playing in your life? Because the moon, ultimately, the moon, it's gonna be facing Uranus when she arrives there. So beginning of this energy is going to be arriving with Uranus. And then she's going to be moving into Gemini, and it's going to be facing that full moon that's going to be in Gemini, but facing the sun and Mars at Sagittarius. In Sagittarius, you're going to be finding out, should you say, should it not, to be or not to be. If it's meant to be, will be, and so on and so on. Be mindful about the dualities, because the threshold is not passed by duality. The threshold is passed by actions, by courage, by dignity, and by love. You're gonna find out that the divine energies, they are gonna be supporting you through all this, and only the internal self within you is going to be lead you on that spiritual journey within self. If you're not a spiritually evolved, you're probably going to be reminded in there that it's not only about material stuff and material existence. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to be adjusting here the view for you, and I'm going to be bringing it up the charts for you. And okay. All right. Sorry, I don't have a video operator, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to do it in there. All right. So here is the chart for you. So basically, that new moon at Scorpio is going to be beginning at 28 degrees, 44 minutes. At Scorpio is going to be facing off directly 21 degrees, 5 minutes. Uranus at Taurus. Talking about this, it's telling you what the reason and what the lessons there will be. You to find the visions, the internal visions, but also you to trust. You to trust the love. As you see it, Venus and Midheaven, that exactly that's going to happen at that time. I'm talking about this is a taking this timing right here. It's going to be at 9:30 in the morning. That is a Greenwich time in there, United Kingdom. I'm talking about the 0 degrees. You can apply it, or you can actually look at the charts of your locations. There is quite a few websites that you can see this chart, and you can find for your locations where it's going to be. But I'm just giving you the charts, so you can buy the chart, you can find it for yourself. So talking about with this, that opposition is going to be intensified. You may be currently experiencing the energies of the shadow that comes in and walks in. Those are the triggers within the fear. Those are the triggers that's like you facing the internal self, what you might be afraid of. And look at it within these energies, that the fears, they're going to be coming out towards you. Universe is going to be pointing out. So the exit line is going to be this blue line that we're talking about. This is beautiful trine with Neptune, who is retrograde. You to revise your self, your authority, your intuition, and what do you fighting for? Or the most properly will be, are you going to make the decisions to fight, or are you going to have the decisions to love? Since Venus is in Libra, as you see the divine energies from Libra, they're going to be pouring all that time. You're going to see it here, it's in the charts. And since there is this direct oppositions here, that line here to a Neptune, it's going to be lead you to the universe. You to seek the mystery ways. You to see the mysteries from within you. You to go back and remind yourself that it's not only emotions, but there is also a soul from within you. So that's going to be the beginning, and talking about in the next day, the moon is going to be at Sag. That is going to be these divine energies with Jupiter. It's going to be remind you about the love. As you see it, the moon and Mercury are coming in together of what you're going to be telling, what you're going to be talking about. This is a day of a lot of spiritual messages, a lot of spirituality going on in there. How you going to be act and react on those energies. But you're going to be feel limited. That's what I'm saying. That limitations from Saturn is going to be coming in. Is like, should I do? Should I not? To be or not to be? If it's meant to be, will be, and so on. Duality and dwelling. That dwelling is going to be coming in from the intuitions that tell you things, and your authority within your ego. Where are you going to go? But where is your love stand out of it? The love is the place where she unites both intuitions and authority doing at the same time. Because when you're in love, do you have duality? No, you don't. And talking about in the next day, the moon is going to be at the mid-Sag. That is still going to be having divine energies in there. This time with Uranus 4. And that trines that sextiles actually that is going to have specifically with midheaven, it's going to be creating the divine energies, but there's going to be a squaring Neptune, that cloudy of the visions. Well, the visions are visions, they're going to be coming into you, but your ability to look, seek and you shall find. What do you seek? That's what you're going to find. If you seek war, you're going to find war. If you seek peace, you're going to find peace. If you seek love, you're going to find love. But if you seek, you cannot find. You're going to find it within your shadow. Why you cannot find it? You're going to find those answers in there. And since Mars and the Sun is going to be squaring Saturn, usually those three, every time they're in intense energies, and specifically if that has something to do with Uranus, with the universe in there, usually that leads to a lot of troubles. You maybe put yourself in a trouble situations. You maybe end up in a trouble situations. You maybe go to the rabbit hole to find things. You may trigger some very anger emotions in there. But what anger does, have you ever won something when you use the anger? When you use destructions, what did that make you? I mean, maybe at the beginning you feel good, talking about afterwards. What is your consciousness telling you from within yourself? And Saturn is going to be suppressing some of those stuff out in a way, but that suppressions also can put additional pressure within your authority and the fighting, the things that you want to fight for. Remember, what the things that happen, they happens naturally. Talking about in the next day, which is going to be the 16th, the moon is going to be entering a Capricorn. That's going to be squaring Venus, and it's squaring Neptune, blocking this divine energies in some way in there. But she's going to be trining Jupiter. She's going to be sextiling Saturn. Is going to be telling you what you need to work on it in order you to get. Don't forget about it that both Neptune and Jupiter is there in a retrograde mode. This is gonna send you to go and look the job that you've been done, and you might gonna receive things that you missed the first time around, maybe the last year, the last 10 years. It's that revaluations in there. And look at it inside of you. What can you control? Can you control your anger with wisdom, or can you control everything that goes and act on the process of anger? If you find yourself in anger, count to 10. And that can help you to, wait a minute, what I'm doing. Saturn is going to be teaching you because Saturn taught you on those lessons. Now Saturn is going to ask you to practice exactly this. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to be angry? Is it worth it to have those wars within me that brings wars to others? Talking about in the next day, which is going to be the 17th, the moon, it's going to be squaring Venus, and it's going to be trining though Uranus and Jupiter. As you see, these divine energies from Venus are going to be coming. You need to understand that during these positions, Jupiter and Venus, they are very powerful. And especially we're talking about that this is a where the Venus is ruling. Okay. So the proper contracts will be made, the proper situation is going to be resolved as long as there is love. If there is no love in there, the universe is going to tell you, I'm going to crush you. And this is when a lot of the people trying to fight with inner self against the universe, you can't fight against the universe. Nobody has been win that game, that fight. But you cooperate with the universe, then everything that you ever wanted, it's going to be received. But you have to be understanding that the things that you really want from your lower self is not the things that you need for your higher self. And this is going to be a lot of tough lesson for someone, especially if you are within the spiritual connections. Don't forget about it that in Libra is all your contract, including your spiritual contracts, that they're manifesting into the earth, where they're manifesting in Taurus. Okay, so this is one of the things that you have to be very mindful about these positions and these situations. Beautiful day. And the next day, we're talking about the 18th. The moon is going to be joining Pluto. That is going to be squaring that midheaven for a little bit, but she's going to be basically telling Mars and the Sun, hey, you are overdue for transformations. You can't act like this, or you're going to get yourself in troubles. And this is why Saturn is going to be kind of like a coming with this energy of blocking that masculine energy of acting, but more focusing of that energies to be of thinking. As you see it here on your screen, that it's where the Mars and the Sun, they are respectively, Mars is 25 degrees, 43 minutes. The Sun, it's 25 degrees, 46 minutes. They're basically traveling together. And with that energy towards Neptune and that energy towards Pluto and the Moon, this is going to be this beautiful sextile with Uranus and Neptune, that some of the people are going to find out what does it takes to fly, or what I called the angel wings. Are you going to be able to catch that wings? You may find out that you have the wings, but your lower self was attached to the ground and you cannot fly. But if you're in the underworld and you find yourself, you have these wings, then you put yourself out of there. Okay? I won't mention movies for it, but that is the moment when someone was in a cave fighting a snake, and all of a sudden a phoenix comes out, pick it up, and take him out of the cave. That's what basically is gonna be that case, that energy represented in there. The question is are you gonna win within you? We're talking about of this Aquarius energy there, that it's going to begin. The moon is going to be very beautiful with Venus and Mercury at this time, but she's going to be squaring Jupiter. You may going to find out that you haven't grown yet in order you to take that flight, and you need something new. You need to understand that power of love. You need to have proper communications, and that communications with universe, within yourself, that belief within yourself, your existence and connections directly within the universe or surrounding within, and realize that whatever you're thinking upstairs, it is that what it is here. If you look at around here, you will find what has been going on out there. So if you find yourself, you are developing from ground zero, Congratulations. You clear all paradigms within you, and now Uranus is teaching you to build from ground zero, because your new life is going to take a new person, new understanding, new situations. And that new, it's coming with Age of Aquarius. But you need to grow into that point. You really need to learn to grow to that point. So here is talk about this squaring, and you're going to be tested on that. That's going to be on 20th. As you pay attention, that is exactly a 1 week to 7 days from where all begin. And the moon is going to be squaring Mars. And the sun there, pay attention, they are both traveling in the 27th degree. Mars is going to be slowed down a little bit, but the sun is going to keep going forward, but they're basically going to be traveling together. And it's going to be trigger what you have been learning so far. What kind of new road you need to take. What kind of situations you have to look. You still fighting the universe? I hope not. I hope you learn to trust the divine visions in there. I hope you begin to learn that the need of transforming, and you're going to be continued despite these intense energies that they test in you, how strong you are. There's going to be some a lot of these positions because the moon, it's going to be there closely to Saturn. You're going to find out the restrictions. Certain things you can achieve, certain things you don't. But that doesn't mean that when you're facing, I cannot do this, you have to stop. You need to understand the winners never quit and the quitters never win. But if you apply that to your internal self within yourself, are you going to be beginning to do that work in the shadow, beginning to do that things and ending this once and for all within yourself for better life to come for you? That's going to be eventually lead to the better life with everyone's around you, including your work and all your areas of life. So talking about in the next day, you'll see that Venus is pouring that energy of the divine towards Uranus. That is a working with Mercury. That is a working with the moon. Love can heal anything. You got that message of ending of Virgo when Venus was there. Now Venus is about pretty much at the mid of Libra. She's at the 14 degrees, 30 minutes. She needs like 30 more minutes to get exactly in the middle of it. But that is when she's more and the most active. That is her highest apogee power. And the power of love that transforms everything. And looking at those energies, those powerful sides, what is going to be for you? Your intuition is going to be working with Jupiter. There is going to be this yacht with Venus. At the same time, Venus is going to be supporting Mercury. But as you see it here, we're talking about Mars and the Sun. These angel wings, they're still going to be going. You can take this flight. You continue to fly despite the challenges, not the problems, not the inner things. You are keep going forward. You see that within yourself. You see, they understand the mysteries that it doesn't worth it you to put your hands in a place and they get dirty. You just leave everything in the hands of what? Everything in hands of the universe. So talking about in the next day, the moon is going to be with Neptune, this energy that is going to be coming in, and that is going to be this beautiful trine of lessons where the intuitions, warrior, and authority is going to have these deep transformations. Finally, these communication talks, they're going to be a very beautiful. They're under the universe guidance. And at that moment, the energy of Uranus opposing the Sun and Mars, it's going to end. So basically, whatever you did, you maybe choose war, it's going to end. You maybe choose peace, it's going to end. That pressure is going to be gone. The only thing it's going to be left is that love that you have inside of you, of what you are. What did you change yourself? For those who change themselves, you're going to be able to fly. For those who not, you're going to find your personal limitations. What can you not change and why it cannot change? So if you look at it, the benefits are mutual for everyone. The one is going to be evolved, the other one's going to understand what it needs to evolve. And this is going to be a very beautiful moment for some of the people, because they're finally going to be recognizing the truth from within. And this is the power of the Scorpio season, to find the truth that it's buried deep within your subconscious, what you need to have for a better life. And talking about on 23rd, the moon is going to be going into Aries. She's going to be facing that love. Of course, you got to have a challenges. Somebody's going to challenging. Usually the mother challenges the daughter. Are you sure about that love? And the daughter, what is going to be a reply? I'm not sure about this, but I'm sure about it in the universe. You're going to find out this love powerful that it doesn't matter what this is. You're going to know that it is what it is. Because these communications with the universe, with Uranus, and sending back into Venus, and then Venus Mercury, that divine talks. If you're using your divine feminine energies about love, you are going to be in that incredible, I would say you are dive deeply within love, and you kind of like a swim within love. You breathe love, you feel the love within divine on it, and the universe shines that love, because you finally get away from the shadow, the dweller, that part of you, that shadow, that face mask that you put in yourself, that represents you in the society. But all that did is the internal damage to you, but also damage within the society. Now you took that face mask off you, and now you're talking your truth love. And now you're free. Now you can fly. And talking about the next day, the moon is going to be crossing into Chiron, then she's going to be joining the North Node. And that North Node is basically approaching Venus. You're going to find out that oppositions with the North Node, some of you who did these fights, you lost the love within you. Have you done that in the past? You probably learned it that you did. But if you heal that part within you, your intuition is going to be tell you, congratulations, you fix all this. Why? The moon and the Chiron and divine energies with Mars and the sun that it's already entering Sag, and there is a directly divine energies with Jupiter. You divinely grow within yourself. You divinely grow. And that communications, as you see it right here, those communications with the moon and the North Node are leading up here with Mercury, and Mercury communicates directly to Venus, despite the situations. Communications here is the key. And there is no better communications when Mercury is in Sag. Okay? There isn't. Because right there, it's the arts, it's the authors, the painters, the sculptors, the journalists. They're all there. This is when you expressing your own self with others. All right. So talking about in the next day, which is right now, the moon is going to be with Jupiter. You see it on your screen, the green lines from Venus, that divine support that it comes in, and the Mercury that it's coming in. Powerful, powerful love. And now the moon is going to be telling you that divinely growth, how beautiful it was, how great you came out of this shadow, how beautiful you feel that you are right now free, how incredible was you win that war within the darkness of your own self. And now you begin to tell your story. And now you begin to fly. But those who has not, they are going to be back into the shadow, putting the face mask. But now you're going to be knowing what is this face mask wearing it, that is not your true self. But you're going to be looking from within yourself. Are you going to carry that face mask to the rest of your life? And knowing what you're doing to yourself, just so you can able to survive in the physical realm. But survivor and enjoying the physical realm and be happy in the physical realm are two totally different things. And if you're not happy within your life, why not? Who is responsible for your happiness? You, not an outside source. So here is the moon is joining Uranus now with Venus and Mercury there. The divine is going to be talking, intuition is going to be talking. This is usually the time that you're getting all the dreams in the world, the deja vu, the daydreaming, people talking to you. This is going to be a lot of divine talks. And those talks, they're going to be very interesting. Very beautiful day, by the way. For those who did the work, you're going to find out there's going to be a lot of good messages coming out on that day. Period. But also, what are you going to tell yourself? What are you going to be giving it of after you win that fight? And here is, that is going to be the full moon, where you are going to be tested. Did you really did all this? Or you just lied to yourself? Did you really dive deep within the shadow and remove what you're supposed to? Do you still have that face mask on you? There is still portions of your hidden self within you that prevent you to be happy. Did you really did everything? And you're going to find your duality. And who is going to be in charge of that duality? You're going to find out that your own fears, your own immaturity in a form that comes in that you didn't learn things. Because the biggest restrictor and the biggest teacher in life is involved with this. And that is a Saturn. Saturn and Pisces, the mystery is inside of it. As you see it right here, Saturn is going to be still squaring Mars and the Sun. Mars and the Sun is opposing the Moon, and the Moon is squaring Saturn. You cannot do things that you did not know. For those who knows what they need to do, they done it. But if you don't know what to do, all you have to do is trust of the journey, trust of the love, and begin to learn the things for yourself as who you are deep inside of you, in your heart, in your soul, within the spirit, and within the universe. And guys, that's what this is. Thank you so much for watching this report, and keep an eye on it on the daily Astro-Gravitational report. And I appreciate all the comments, and thank you for the support, guys. Be love. I'll see you around.